for tuning in for this essential RC flight test, and today we are looking at the FMS RocHobby NXT Nemesis, sent to us by our friends at gearbest.com. This is an EPO foam model. It's plug and play. EPO foam that makes it very durable, and it's going to resist a lot of the knocks that you might have. It's plug and play, so that means that you get everything that you need to fly, less the receiver and transmitter and the lipo flight battery. So what does come in the box? Obviously you get the EPO foam model, but it comes with the 870 kV motor, the 10x10 propeller, the 70 amp speed controller, 6 9-gram metal servos, and it has retracts, retractable landing gear and flaps, which is amazing on a model of this size. So it claims to reach up to 100 miles an hour, which is pretty quick for a 1.1 meter wingspan model. So let's not hang around, let's unbox everything and see what we get. Okay, so that's everything unboxed, and it was very well protected in the foam box. No risk of anything getting damaged during shipping. Let's start by looking at the fuselage. So you can see that the rudder is in place with a steerable tail wheel, which is going to be great for control on the ground. The elevator servo is in place, and all we're going to need to do is to use this carbon joiner. We need to put it into that hole there, slide that through, and then put the elevators in place on either side. And then the push rod is provided in this little bag here, and you just have to hook up the end of the servo arm to the ball link on the elevator. Simple as that. And probably 2 screws to secure the elevators in place. Moving forward, you can see that the wing attaches with 4 bolts here, and the cables from the servos and the retracts in the wing go into that hole there. Nice pilot in place under that canopy. If we take this cover off, and that's held on by some strong magnets, you can see we've got this cable from the speed controller that going to the flight battery. Got a nice tray in place with Velcro and Velcro straps to hold the flight battery in place. And then we've got the cables from the speed controller for the throttle and from the rudder and the elevator to plug into the receiver. Then we need to put the spinner, provided spinner and propeller in place on the front, and there's a nut to use inside that bag to do that. Looking at the wing, it's all done for you. All of the control surfaces are hooked up to the servos with push rods. The retracts look like they're very substantial, made of heavy plastic. Cleverly, what they've done here, there are obviously with the 2 retracts and the 4 servos for the control surfaces, you would have need quite an expensive transmitter if you had to plumb all those into a single receiver. So what they've done is provided this little mixing box here with 3 cables out of it. It means you only have to have an inexpensive 6-channel transmitter and receiver to fly the model, which is great, saves quite a lot of money. Otherwise, all we've got are the instructions, and I very much doubt I'm going to need those because there's really very little to do. But that's what we're going to do now. We're going to put it together and see what it looks like when it's all assembled. Okay, so that's assembly of this FMS RocHobby NXT Nemesis complete, and it really was very straightforward, even compared to all of the other FMS RocHobby kits I've put together, and I've done quite a few now. This was by far the simplest and the quickest to put together. You'll see if I take the hatch off that I've put the receiver and my lithium polymer flight pack in place. Very neat and easy to do. That snaps back on with a magnet. The one thing that did take a little bit of time was setting up the radio, and that's because when I was operating the flaps for the first time, I found that they were stuck down, and I think that was a side effect of when they glue this control horn in place with its plastic backing plate underneath. I think the little bit of glue holds this down so the flap wouldn't move. So what I did was disconnected the control rod, the push rod from the servo arm, and just worked that flap backwards and forwards a few times after pulling it out of that recess in the wing, and I did that on both sides, and then it was fine. So what I also had to do, because I'm using a Spectrum radio system, and this might happen with other radio systems, I had to actually unscrew that screw from the servo arm so I could move the servo arm to set it up properly for the throws that I needed. Make sure you use a sharp crosshead screwdriver so that you don't strip that screw in there, very important. Otherwise the flaps work really well, and you get a lot of throw, which is exactly what you need for takeoff and landing, and the landing gear has a nice fast smooth action as well. You get a lot of throw, or you can get a lot of throw from the other control surfaces as well, but to be honest you'll want to tone those down quite a bit because this is quite a quick model, and you might want to use a little bit of exponential as well. The motor has quite a lot of power. That's just half throttle, but this thing's going to really tear around the sky, I think. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go down the flying field and fly this NXT Nemesis for the first time. Okay, so here we are down the flying field. We're going to fly the NXT Nemesis for the first time. Let's see how it flies. Okay, so that's it for this Essential RC flight test, and what a great little model. Very easy to put together and superb in the sky as well. Great performance, easy to fly, gets in the air really quickly with half flat, put the retracts up and then it whizzes around on that 4S pack. Landing really slow and stable as well with the full flap, retracts really sturdy and strong and durable. Easy to put it down. You know, it's landing on a grass strip, you might find it noses over, but that's a minor detail, and it's EPO foam anyway, so it's going to resist anything that you do to it really. So another winner from FMS RocHobby, and no great surprise. So please look it up on gearbest.com for a great price. If you'd like to see more Essential RC flight tests, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel using the button at the top of the page now, or you might be interested in joining our Facebook group. We have news, regular reviews and the occasional free giveaway. So thanks for watching this one. Catch you next time.